Alright, so for the next Steel Path Viber build on the channel, we're going to go for Galatine Prime. So Galatine Prime is a Zweihander. It's a big ginormous sword and actually does a lot of damage. So it's primarily a big cleaving weapon that you just use to swim and do massive slash damage. So let's get into this. Before we get any further into the video, don't forget to like this video please, because it really helps with that YouTube algorithm. It helps people to find my videos. Don't forget to comment down below as well. Comments help with the algorithm, and it also helps me to understand what you guys want to see. Don't forget to subscribe because we're really trying to grow. We're hoping to get to the first 1,000 subs by the end of this year. Don't forget to turn on those notifications as well, because you'll get notified of all of my uploads and my live streams when I go live. And don't forget to join me on my socials. Those are all linked down below, but let's get back into the video. Alright, so for the build, we're rocking with Cleaving Whirlwind as our aura mod, which is a stance mod, arcing cuts with spinning finish. We're rocking Pressure Point for 120% melee damage, True Steel for 120% critical chance times 2 for heavy attacks, Virulent Scourge for 60% toxin and 60% status chance, Vicious Frost for 60% cold and 60% status chance, Condition Overload, 80% melee damage per status type affecting the target, Blood Rush for 40% critical chance stacks with combo multiplier, Organ Shatter for 90% critical damage, and Volcanic Edge for 60% heat and 60% status chance. So we're going for a critical and status build, with critical chance being at 57.2%, but that doubles if you do heavy attacks, and then of course we get more with Blood Rush, with combo multiplier going up. We have a 3.8 times critical multiplier, which isn't terrible. And we've got 72.8% status chance. We also have, we're rocking Heat and Viral. Of course, Heat to start melting armor, and Viral to cut through health along with Slash. And then of course Condition Overload will kick in when obviously status procs start going on. So it's actually a really fun weapon to use. Of course, you can check out your combos right here. You know, all of that good stuff. But let's jump into the mission. I'll show you what it can do. Alright, so we're here at Oxymoko in the Void, and I'll explain as per normal why I'm here. So Oxymoko is one of the latest points in the Steel Path, being in the Void, so you're dealing with higher level enemies. Not to mention, they are the Corrupted, so you're dealing with pretty much every kind of enemy you want to test against. Enemies with just health, enemies with health and shields, and enemies with high armor. Giving you a broader example of what's going on. I'm also going to quickly explain that I am using Grendel, however I will not be using his Nourish ability to get extra viral. Normally I would use Atlas, but because of Atlas's Steel Charge aura, it boosts melee damage by default, and I want to give you a fair example of what this thing can do. With all that explained, let's get into this. So I can still heal with Grendel, but I'll have to use Meatball to do it. So, let's just start swallowing some enemies so I can get some health. Oh, sorry, armor, sorry. Now, basically, you can just mash the B button, or the circle button, on PlayStation, and you pretty much go ham. Like, this thing cuts through enemies decently fast. Now, the cool thing is, because we're running dual statuses, we're running Heat and Viral, that's going to give us a great opportunity to get Condition Overload to activate, because of course, the more statuses you're rocking, the more damage you're going to get with Condition Overload. Oh no, where's Meatball? Meatball is bad. There we go. I haven't played in like a hot minute. I took a break because I'm waiting for the new update. So it's been a while since I last played. This always happens when I'm like recording a Steel Path Viable build episode. I always get Argon Crystals when I don't need them. And then of course the heavy attack being a massive swing that you can just bop out, and it basically one-shots most enemies. Partly due to the critical chance you get given because of Blood Rush, and of course with True Steel. Quickly go about and heal. So overall, this is actually a really fun weapon to use, and it's kind of a basic build. Like, compared to a lot of my other Steel Path Viable builds, like, it's running a lot of basic mods, which is great, because obviously, you know, the more basic the mods, the more easier it is going to be for players to replicate the build. Again, thanks in part to them being very basic. So, and as you can see, it's not doing bad at all. Like, it rips through enemies decently fast. And sometimes I like that, when I can put a build on a weapon that's incredibly basic, but it still does damage. Like, you can easily run through a mission happily with this weapon. You know, a couple of swings and they're gone. It's not as if it's taking forever to kill them. So it's not as if, you know, you're having to swing for over 2 minutes at an enemy in order to hack away enough health to get the kill. Again, partly in tune with that critical chance buff that we gave it thanks to the 2 mods, as well as the statuses we are inflicting because, of course, you know, Condition Overload kicks in then. So you're stacking quite a lot of damage with this thing. Now, of course, like normal, I will sit in with the Acolyte. You know, to show you what it can do. But I can tell you right now, it works okay against the Acolyte. Like, it works okay. The problem is, it has a hard time cutting through the armor. Even with the heat status. I mean, look at this excellence. Like, it didn't take that long. Again, partly due to that heavy swing. Like, when you do the heavy attack, because of all the critical chance, you're cutting through very fast. And of course, you've not seen me use Nourish, because I'm not using Nourish. But I'm probably going to do a cut here and come back when the Acolyte comes in. Alright, the Acolyte's coming in. Obviously, you can tell at the top I don't have Nourish active, so I'm not cheesing it with extra viral procs, you know, to big up the weapon more or whatever. Oh, Violence. That's not good. Violence is a big problem, because Violence is one of the only ones you don't want to fight with melee. There's actually a good chance I will die here. I need to go to Meatball. Oh, God. Of course, it had to be freaking Violence when I didn't want to see Violence. But once you get down those shields, it's not that bad. Like, don't get me wrong, Violence is definitely the rougher of the two because of him being more melee focused anyway. Oh, God. Meatball. Ah, damn it, yeah. I knew it'd get me. Taking out Violence with just melee is not a lot of fun. He does kind of suck. And when I couldn't use Nourish to heal, you know, because of course giving it the bonus viral procs, I'd have to use Meatball, and it's a bit of a pain. I hope you guys enjoyed the Steel Path Bible build. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on those notifications, and join me on my socials. Those are linked down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.